Hey everyone, Ryan Stills here with Team Phoenix Performance, coming to you from Portland, Oregon, and we're going to do a video here talking about master lifters and what that looks like. I thought it was apropos to do this video. I'll show you here. Essentially, we are at a cemetery. That's how classy I am. So with master lifters, often you're talking about people that are 40 and over. I'm looking at this from the perspective of those of us that have been competing for, a lot of people competing over 20 years are kind of seen as past their prime. I was somebody who started competing in track and field as early as 7 years old, and I was playing football by that time also. So I've been a competitive athlete for probably 35 years now, and some people ask me, why I still compete. Why do I push myself that hard? Other people want to know, what drives me as far as with everything else that's going on in your life. And I think it's where I want to start is with master lifters, any type of master competitor. By the time you've gotten your late 30s, early 40s, you start a couple things come into effect. One of them is family and career, and it's balancing your family, your career, and training. That's a tough balance. If you're gonna be competitive, you are gonna have to make certain concessions. Finding jobs or careers that allow you to get in time to train, also allow you to be able to have the nutrition you need, be able to make the money you need to travel. For some of us who've been lucky enough to be on international teams and Team USA, whether you're an open or a master lifter, that's not cheap to travel around the world representing your country, but it's also something that not many of us would give up. The experiences and the friends that you make are pretty amazing. So I think that's one of the things that gets, I don't want to say overseen, but sometimes people don't appreciate, is the balance of actual life and what happens when you're 20s, early 20s even, and no disrespect to the lifters that are at that point in their life, but you are just out of college, kind of finding a job. It may be tough, really don't have any kids, no one is really dependent on you other than you, maybe you have a girlfriend, fiance, maybe just recently married. So I think that is a different place than being the head of a household, and training, running your own business, having people that depend on you from the perspective of either financially, emotionally, or both. And then with having kids and family, how is it that you're able to balance the time that your kids are doing school and going to see the plays, and then they're in sports? So there's a lot in there with the support system and how it happens. For me, I've been very lucky. My fiance and I have our 3 kids. And she really takes care of a lot of the household and day to day, but then she also is now coming into her own as a power lifter. So I know that at some point that's going to switch, where my priorities of my lifting and travel will become hers, which is fine. But you have that balance, and when that all goes through, I think another thing is the health of your body and your mind. The body piece is a big one when you talk about previous injuries, nutrients, what are you taking for supplementation, big difference with tested, non-tested, a little bit more longevity. Seeing a couple of the non-tested guys that are in their 40s, 50s look pretty well. Testosterone levels don't drop as much. A lot of us were dropping, I think it's, 1% every year from 30 on. And I just turned 30 12 years ago. So for me, it started to affect me also. I think another part is, what does it look like for your mindset? Because it takes a lot to get done with a long day. You're working, you hit the gym, you're tired, you got to see the family, you got all these things that are going on. And either, I've got good friends. If you look at the thumbnail that I put on for this video, Bo Moore is on there, Tony Harris is on there, Dave Ricks is on there, Grant Higa is on there, Muhammad's on there. There's a lot of guys that have done a lot of really great lifting throughout the years, but it's a balance. Sometimes you take a year off because of health, or sometimes you take, I've got two friends that are in their 50s now and have both battled cancer and come back and competed, or are coming back and competing soon. So that's life. That's real life. And if you're going to be an athlete and you're going to keep striving to be the best, something is actually driving you deep down to get through that and still want to be able to be a competitor. I think that's one of the pieces for me is, what am I leaving behind? Because you only go around once, and I know for me, the mental focus and fortitude that it takes to train, I'll have off days and off weeks, but you got to fight through that and know that there's going to be better training ahead, or when you're competing at the master's level, but then you still want to compete at the open level. There's times there that get rough, injuries, nagging injuries, things you've had for, like I said, 35 years I've been competing, and out of that 35, I think 20 of it I've also played football. So it gets to be a lot, which is why I think I did the video from here. Is the inevitability is we're all ending up here, and if my last day is tomorrow or in 50 years, I want to know that I gave it everything I had. I used every gift I was given. Every second of my day was done with purpose and intent. You can get slight deviations here and there because life happens and we're not perfect. But I want to make sure that people know that I tried my hardest and I gave it everything I had. And whether I'm 40, 50, or 60, I'm a fighter. I'm a competitor. And I'm going to keep coming at it. And the best guys and women that I know that are still competing in their 40s and 50s and still competing in the open levels at that have that drive. That's probably the separator. Be active, follow your passions, and don't let people tell you that you're too old. Because even though age is a number, you get a little bit more grit and a little bit more toughness the older you get. And I think that plays a big portion in success. So once again, hope this was worthwhile. This was one of the questions that was given me from Instagram when I posted out there. I had probably about 7-8 people that kind of had asked about what's the difference between being a master lifter and an open lifter, and I thought I'd just do a short video to give my perspective. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you.